demanding change. America is crying out for leadership.
Let's bring in our first guest. Scott Lucas is a professor of international politics at Birmingham University. Joins us now for more on the subject. Scott, just like when she was running for president earlier in the year, Kamala Harris has come out blazing. I mean, you heard some of the issues that she wants to highlight. I'm asking you, how much of a factor is she going to be in this election with, A, energizing Democrats to go out and vote, because that seems to be an ongoing problem, and B, able to persuade the swing voter?
I mean, in itself, the choice of a vice president, I don't think, is the primary issue that drives voters. I mean, you heard from Kamala Harris here. America's at a critical point, so that you have the issues not only of the economy with the downturn, a contraction of almost 10% in GDP between April and June. You have the economy's linked to the coronavirus pandemic, in which more than 166,000 Americans have died. And you've had this surge in social issues raised by the Black Lives Matter marches. You know, those are the primary things on the plate. But what a vice president can do, and what I think Kamala Harris did from the start yesterday in her first appearance as Joe Biden's running mate, is to put forcefully, directly, that these issues need to be dealt with. And she used two phrases in your clip that I think are important. She talked about a moral reckoning, and she talked about a coalition of conscience. And that's this idea that you put forth a decency, a tolerance in America as you pursue rights and as you try to get health care, as you try to get economic security. All of that, of course, being juxtaposed with the claim that Donald Trump does not provide security, but provides insecurity, and does not deal with coronavirus, but has a lack of leadership that has actually been part of the reason why so many Americans have died.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned some of the issues that she's put forth, and obviously that message is sort of geared or addressed to Donald Trump. The president has also reacted to Kamala Harris's nomination, saying he doesn't think she's right for the role as vice president. Take a listen, and I'll come back to you.
I read today that she's very short on facts. I think she's going to be a big failure, and I look forward to the debate between her and Mike Pence, because I think he'll do even better against her than he did against Senator Kaine, which was a total wipeout. So we'll see how it all works out.
Scott, you know as well as anyone that vice presidential debates aren't really sort of the star attraction of this 500-day election period, but this could be interesting. How do you think it will go between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence?
Well, first, note Trump's difficulty here, that in his attack on Kamala Harris, he says, well, she's short on facts. Well, this is coming from a man who, according to reliable fact checkers, has told more than 20,000 falsehoods in his time as president. And it comes after you saw from Kamala Harris that she's not short on facts. She's there. You might disagree with him, but she's not short on them. And I think that means that this vice presidential debate will be watched, because let's add the obvious. If she is elected as vice president, Kamala Harris will be the first African American to hold the post. She'll be the first Asian American to hold the post, and she'll be the first woman to hold the post. Now, that's a marker not just for Kamala Harris, but for an increasingly diverse America. And you asked about the swing states. We quite often think that the swing states will swing because of, quote, let's be honest here, white voters, white working class voters. Well, they don't swing just because of that. There's a lot of Hispanics who live in swing states. Think of Texas, think of Florida. There's a lot of African Americans who live in swing states. Think of Michigan. There's a lot of women, of course, in those swing states. And right now, those women are supporting Biden and Harris more than they're supporting Trump and Pence.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a very good point that you make. All right, Professor Scott Lucas, always a pleasure to have you on the network and talking to you and getting your analysis. Thank you. I do appreciate it.